morning, everyone. Yes, I have crap all over my kitchen. Need to clean it. What's new? So, it is Thursday, payday, best day of the week. Well, every other week. So bills are all paid. We ended up owing less than expected on our Duke Energy, which is fantastic. Normally, it switches between our Duke and our NIPSCO, which one is gas and one's an electric. Our AC is electric and our heater is gas. So depending on what time of year it is, it flip-flops. But we haven't been using our AC at all because it's been winter. And then we haven't been using the heater much because it's warming up. So they were both about 60 bucks, which isn't bad. But normally one is 100 and one is about 50 to 60. So they flip-flop back and forth. But then we have these lovely times of the year in spring and fall where both of them are about 60, or sometimes one of them we don't owe anything at all. So that's the best. Hate my hair. Can't figure out anything to do with it. I remember when I was getting it cut and styled. If you guys don't remember, I had 15 inches cut off that I donated to charity. And I had it cut up to like my ears. So like I've had some pretty good growth. Look at all that. Like that's a pretty decent amount of growth there. From, I think it's been like, I don't know, when did I do that? 5 months ago, something like that. Has it really been that long? I don't feel like it. Anyway, she told me that she can never get her hair grown out because it drives her crazy, so she always cuts it short again. And I feel that. Like, I'm hating it. I feel like there's nothing I can do with it. I feel like I look like I don't know. Like, when I look in the mirror, I feel like with this hair, with it done up in a partial ponytail, I feel like I look like some kind of a middle-aged man with, like, some kind of a weird toupee thing going on. I don't know. I don't like it. So not much I can do about that because I really want to grow it out. I don't want to cut it any shorter. I don't want to do anything with it. So we're just kind of rolling with it. Yeah, so we have to go to like 3 different stores today. I need to go to Sam's Club for wipes and formula. Their wipes are on sale right now. It's like $16 for a case. Walmart has pretty much the exact same wipes. At least the same. I think the wipes themselves are a little different, but they have the exact same deal on wipes. But no, they don't. You get, in both stores, you get a 12-pack of wipes. But and normally they're both about $20 for a case of wipes, a 12-pack. But Sam's Club runs sales every now and then where you can get theirs for $16, and theirs is currently on sale. So I'm gonna go pick that up today, and then I'll go ahead and get Ira's formula while we are there. Sorry about this thing. Stop clanking. So annoying. So we need to go there. We need to go to Walmart to get a few things. We need to go to Aldi for groceries. I will be doing an Aldi grocery haul. It might be a Walmart Aldi mixed grocery haul because I typically like my produce better from Walmart. I just feel like it's better quality most of the time. And where else do we need to go? I gotta go donate plasma. So yeah. I'm pretty like proud of me and my husband. I'm pretty excited because like we have paid off. I haven't done, I mean, I did an update recently, but we've paid off more since then. We have paid off pretty much all of our credit cards. We are down to owing $600 on our Best Buy credit card. I think it's $600. Well, he just made a minimum payment today, right about $600. And then I currently owe $100, and I need to go online and check that because I owed $140 on my Capital One card, but then I made a $70 payment, plus I had like $11 worth of points on there, and I was able to use that towards a payment on my Capital One. So that'd be like $81 I paid, so I think that left me owing about $70, and then I'm gonna donate plasma today, which will be $50 that I will immediately put on there because, I don't know why I'm saying because, but like, if I donate plasma and then I go to Walmart, I can do cash back, get 50 bucks back from my plasma card and put that directly onto my credit card, which will leave me owing like $12-ish, I think. And then we're gonna make a payment out of our regular account and just completely pay that off. So that'll be fantastic. That'll just leave us owing on our Best Buy card for our refrigerator, and then it'll leave us owing like $4 on my really crappy card that I shouldn't have taken out and I didn't read the fine print on. But I don't know if I'm going to close that one out or not because I've been doing some research online, and it looks like if you close out credit card accounts, it can like ding your credit score. It's almost better just to have them sitting there with a 0 balance, but you have like a credit limit that's like unused. Does that make sense? Like it almost looks better if you do that. So I don't know what I want to do. I need to look and see when my re-up date is on that credit card, because one, the interest rate isn't that bad. But when you go to make a payment online, they want to charge you, or over the phone, they want to charge you a $10 convenience fee. And I'm like, okay, convenient for who? My husband's iPad is ringing. I think my son is calling it from his iPad. But I have to send in a money order to make a payment on that. And then I also get charged a $75 yearly fee to have that credit card. So I want to get rid of it, but I also don't want to ding my credit score. So I want to look and see exactly when it'll re-up and charge me another $75. And so I want to like keep it up until that date, I think, just because it's going to look better on my credit history. So that's just kind of like the plan, I guess, with that. Probably more information than you cared to hear, but I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty proud of us. Like, we have been kicking butt on these bills, and let me tell you, it is hard. Oh my gosh, you guys, like, I have this massive grocery basket full, or cart full, however you want to say it, on Amazon of things I want to buy. And I'm like, oh, I could buy this and I could buy that and I could buy this and I could buy that, but I'm also like, but I should probably pay off my bills. And it is so hard to not just make the minimum payment and then buy things that make me happy, because like that's how we work, right? At least in America, is like buy, consumer, retail therapy, all that stuff. Like, guys, I have found like couch covers I want to get to, like, because our couches overall aren't that bad. We have like one cushion that needs to, sorry, I had a phone call come in, but like couch cushions, I need to replace one of my couch cushions. They sell replacement cushions on Amazon, and then I've got a few rips in the lining of my couch, or like the fabric or whatever, but they sell some really nice couch covers on Amazon that comes with individual cushion covers. So for about the price of like $150, I can get couch cushions for my love seat and my couch so that they still match, and I can also get a replacement couch cushion. And so it would just like fix all of the problems with my couch without spending $1,000 on a new couch, you know? And then there's like other things, like yard decoration things that I'm seeing, and like there's a swimsuit that I want, and there's just a whole list of things on Amazon that I want, but I'm not buying any of it because I'm like, I can take this money and put it on my bills and have less bills. So what I keep telling myself is like, if I keep doing this, dedicatedly throwing money at our little tiny bills, this time next year, which will hopefully come for me, I won't have all these tiny little bills, and then I'll be free to spend my money however I want to. But if I keep doing like little minimum payments here and there, I'm going to have bills plus whatever, you know? And long term, I know what's going to make me happy is having all my bills paid off. So I'm just trying to keep my head in the game and focus on paying these bills, but it is hard, you guys. It is hard not to just make the minimum payment and then go have fun with your money, because that's what I would rather be doing. Anyway, I think that phone call that just came through was from my insurance. I don't know if I want to call my insurance company. It's like this company I go through that handles all of my insurance, but I've got my car insurance and my homeowner's insurance through two different companies. Does that make any sense? But there's like this one unit company that handles everything. So I called them this morning, since I've been a loyal customer since I was about 19, and I asked if there's any way that we can lower my monthly payment, and they were supposed to be checking in to see if that's an option. So, and they said it probably would be, because we would be considered what's a preferred customer, because I've got no tickets, no accidents, and I've made my monthly payment on time since I was 19. I'm now 29, so 10 years of being a good customer. So she said they should be able to do something to lower our monthly payment, because right now we pay about $120 a month for full coverage on both vehicles, which isn't bad. I've heard from other people that they pay a lot more. But since we've been loyal customers, it'd be nice if we could get a little bit shaved off, you know. So I need to call them back and see what they had to say. I need shoes and socks on, and then we need to get to Plasma, and then go shopping for groceries and household. And fingers crossed I can find some toilet paper somewhere, because I hear that all the stores are selling out. I know the store that I work for doing food samples was completely sold out last weekend. They even had a limit on how many boxes or containers of toilet paper you could buy. And they got a shipment in on like Monday or Tuesday, and like 24 hours later they were sold out again. So we're down to like half a package of toilet paper. And I'm not even trying to stockpile, okay? Like, I just need like my normal 2-week supply of toilet paper. So We gotta figure something out there. But yeah, we'll just take you guys with me for the day. I don't know if I'm gonna vlog the rest of the week or not. I am so excited for this weekend, you guys, because I will get my payout from YouTube, which thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. Like, you don't even know how much your viewing my videos helps me and my family. Like, it's mind-blowing to me that I even get paid from doing YouTube at all, but like, just the support and you guys watching is like, you're making a difference in people's lives just by watching YouTube, which is crazy to think about, but it's true. And so anyways, I'll get my paycheck from YouTube, and then I'm gonna go renew my gym membership, and I am so excited for that. I have like $150 worth of late fees I need to pay, and then it's like $60 a month. I'd like to go to a cheaper gym, but this is the only one in town that offers like a child care, and I kind of need that, so. But now that we got almost all of our credit cards paid off, we can afford our gym membership again, which I'm so excited. They've got a swimming pool, which I can't wait to get into, and they also have like a kiddie area, so like when we have these super boring rainy days, which we've been having a lot lately. I mean, all winter it's just boring because it's cold and you can't go outside, but now it's like warm enough to be outside, but it's raining. So it'll be great to be able to just take the kids to the pool and let them hang out in the pool, you know? And then, like, if you've been following me for a long time, you probably remember I've got a lot of back issues. And then after having my firstborn, I started having a lot of, like, irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. I've never been diagnosed, but a lot of the symptoms I have are lined up with IBS. But when I was going to the gym, probably about 2 years ago now, over a year ago, I started to that's not a word, to correct those issues. Like when I swam every other day for like a month straight, and by the end of that, like the IBS symptoms I was having pretty much went away. And then they have a workout machine with like weights and stuff that I was using for my back, and it was strengthening my back muscles. And I went from like end of day laying in bed wanting to cry, couldn't move, back hurting so bad, give me all the ibuprofen, to like not having back pain. Like I went to the gym for like eight-ish or 9-ish months on a regular basis. Before I got pregnant with my baby, Ira, which I had a year ago last May. And when I was a month or so along with him, I had to give up my gym membership because I started having severe cramping anytime I'd exercise. But I was surprised that with everything that I did, all the strengthening of my back and abdominal muscles that I did in those few months, it carried me all the way up until recently. It's just been recent I've started having IBS syndrome symptoms again, in my back pain again. It's all just kind of coming back on me. So I'm really excited to be able to get back into the gym and strengthen my core muscles back up and work my back muscles. I'm really excited about the back one because that's the one I'm having the most issues with. The IBS stuff is just like a hit or a miss. Sometimes it flares up, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. I am pumped about that. So yeah. Anyways, I need to call back my insurance company and see what they have to say about my car insurance. Hopefully they can shave a little bit off, you know. And I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, I just finished donating plasma. So now we're going to head over to Sam's Club and Walmart. Hoping I can find some toilet paper, because I guess people are going crazy buying it all out because of coronavirus. And I'm not looking to like stockpile or anything, but I'm about out of toilet paper. And so I was talking to the playroom attendant here at the plasma center, and she said that they buy the toilet paper from Sam's Club. It comes in like a big blue box. So if they have it in, I might buy it and try it out. I've been wondering about it, but I've been leery because I'm afraid that it's gonna be like bathroom stall toilet paper, like that really crummy toilet paper. But she said it's like Charmin, so if that's the case, then we might go ahead and buy it. 'Cause I don't know how much it is for a case. I think it's like maybe $20 or something like that. I'll have to look and see. But if it's comparable to what we already use, because we buy the Great Value brand, but it's the one that's compared to Charmin. So, I mean, if this is like Charmin too, these people are all over the road. I think it's like an older couple. Oh my God, pick a lane. He does not need to be driving. Seriously. That's kind of scary, because he's like, yeah, he's an old man, but he's all over the road. He's got his like little old lady wife in the front seat, and he just went driving down he's going like 10 miles an hour, and he just drove down 2 lanes halfway down the road. So that was a little concerning. I feel bad for him, but like, we also have a bus service here in town that I think it's free, and it's for elderly folks. So that way they don't do that stuff. So I know it sucks, because it's giving up freedom and stuff, and it's like a whole other subject matter in and of itself. We got to go through it with my grandparents, but dude, it's a red light, don't drive. Old man, stop going. I thought he was gonna go for it, because we're at a red light with a bunch of cars going, and he just like started rolling out, and I'm like, hey, he's still rolling out. Hey, stop moving. Oh my gosh, this guy is scaring me. I'm seriously afraid he's gonna gun it and go for it. He's going for, it's a red light and he's going for it. Oh my God. Now he's stopping in the middle of the intersection. People are yelling, yo, 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 stop. He stopped literally in the middle of the intersection right now. Oh my gosh. Now it's a green light. And now he's going. I heard, did you hear that? There's somebody in a car next to me that was yelling, yo, stop, 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 stop. Not that the guy could hear anything, but that was scary, man. At least he waited till all the cars went, but like, he was literally pulled out to the middle of the intersection, was just sitting there. And I was like, dude, like, somebody's gonna come through and just plow into you. Like, I really was afraid just now that an accident was gonna happen. Oh man. See, when you start doing that stuff, you need to stop driving. Like, that's scary. Anyways, thankfully nothing bad happened, as far as what I've seen. Who knows? He hasn't gotten home yet. So, but yeah, so heading to Sam's Club to get a few things. I'm debating if I want to get Iris formula there or not. The price is comparable, and you definitely get more in it than at Walmart. However, it is like about $2 more expensive. So I'm like, is it worth the extra $2 or not? Because like a large thing of it from Walmart lasts about a week, and we go through a container a week. So I don't know. But then again, last time we were at Walmart, they were nearly completely out of formula. So I'm a little leery of like, well, I mean, what would happen? I just have to go back to Sam's Club, I guess. Don't really want to do that, but I would. So yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. I don't know. The old man's got me flustered. So I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so we just finished at Walmart. I feel like I need a nap. It's like 3 o'clock now. I'm also out of breath. I'm so out of shape. My goodness. Like, the littlest things tend to win me now. So, I just went ahead and got all my groceries at Walmart because we didn't really need a ton of stuff. So I spent like $170. So I feel like I'm gonna brain freeze. I'm bringing a slushie. Holy cow, that just hit me. So, yeah. $173 on everything. I'm gonna do a grocery haul. Yeah, I'm just tired. I'm tired, they are tired, ready for naps. So what I was gonna tell you about at Plasma that I completely forgot about is there was a kid when I was walking in who the staff realized was just sitting in the waiting room by himself. He couldn't have been more than like 8, and I think you have to be 12 or older to sit in the waiting room alone, maybe 13 or older. Otherwise they're supposed to go into the playroom where there's a supervision. Also, he has rug burn all across his forehead. I'm sure you guys have seen the red smudges. He rubbed his face against the trampoline netting. I can insert a video. And so that's how he ended up getting a rug burn across his forehead, and he also had it on his nose, but this is the worst. It hasn't gone away yet. But anyway, this kid got left alone in the sitting area at the Plasma Center, And the staff had just noticed, and they're asking the kid, like, you know, why aren't you in school? Like, who are you with? Blah, blah, blah. And the kid had told him, I'm with my dad, he's donating, and I was told to sit and wait here, and I'm not in school because I have a sore throat, which meant that he couldn't go into the playroom, because if you have sick kids, they can't go into the playroom. So they had to go and disconnect the dad. I don't know if he got paid for it or not. And they had to leave, because I feel like, who just drops your kid off, like, by themselves, like an 8-year-old? I'm like strangers all over the place. I don't know. And with this whole coronavirus thing going around, like, you think the last thing you'd want to do is take any risks with your kid. But, and the dad seemed really annoyed by it all. But, like, I don't know. So anyway, yeah. Oh, Walmart did have toilet paper. They had full brand or name brand, whatever. So I get Charmin. I don't know if I paid $6 or if I paid $9, because the kids were fussy and I didn't have time to sit and look at the tags. And I started to try to do that, but then the thought crossed my mind of, like, we need toilet paper and this is all there is. And I'm hearing that so many other places in town are sold out. So, like, we're buying it regardless of cost. But they had Charmin. I think we got, I don't know if we got 6 rolls or 4 rolls, and I don't know if I paid $6 or $9, but that's all they had left. So, I mean, I could insert a picture of the toilet paper aisle. It was pretty much picked clean. There really wasn't. I did notice some Cottonelle at the very end, but I'm not a big Cottonelle fan. Like, I'm pretty much a Charmin fan. So was my husband. That was like his one stipulation when we got together. He's like, we are always going to buy Charmin, and I got him to switch over to a Great Value brand Charmin. It was like the exact same thing but cheaper. But we always get some form of Charmin. So yeah, we're gonna head on home, get these kids fed. I gotta go to the bank really quickly because I got $40. That was the other thing I was gonna say this morning, is that if you guys donate plasma as well, I know some of you do, depending on what center you go to, you might realize that there's no banks near you that you can go and draw your money out from your plasma card without having to pay a fee. My bank wants to charge me a $4 fee to go take money out. So the nearest bank that's affiliated with my plasma card is in Chicago. So I found that if I go to Walmart, I can buy like a $1 item. So I'll get him like a pizza Lunchable for $1, and then I can do cash back and I'll get the rest of the money back. Unfortunately, it's all in 20s, so instead of getting the full 50 back, I had to take out 40. So that'll leave me owing like $22, but I'll go ahead and just pay that out of our check from this week, and then we'll have that credit card completely paid off, which feels fantastic. So I got people walking up next to me. It's kind of awkward. I forgot to show you, but this is how I hauled my groceries home in one pile up here, and I got stuff in the back with the boys. My Sam's Club stuff in the trunk, but I've got my giant 2-seater stroller back there, so I couldn't fit really any of my groceries. So other mamas, let me know, have you had this problem before? Because when I bought this SUV, I fully had the expectation of being able to fill it up with children and have trunk space, and it turns out I've got 2 kids in here. My back seats aren't really much of anything, and there's not enough trunk space. At least not with a stroller involved. I gotta take the stroller out for groceries. So yeah, anybody else ever been in this situation where you forgot to take your stroller out and you had to pile your groceries up other places? Let me know. So now I'm going to go ahead and prep my fruits and vegetables, otherwise we just won't eat them. So I went ahead and got a soak going. My sink is about 1/4 of the way full of cold water, and then I've also added in about 1/4 of a cup of white vinegar. It's just the rest of the white vinegar I had on hand. Normally I just give my fruit a really good rinsing, but seeing as the coronavirus is going on, I figured we'd take the extra step and soak it in some vinegar water. So gonna plop them all on in as such, and start pulling them off of the stem here. And I did clean my sink before doing this, in case you're wondering. And I do think it's a good idea to go ahead and wash your fruit regardless, just because you don't know who all has touched it. And when it comes in containers like this with an easy open lid on it, or like when it's in a bag, you don't know who's touched it and with what kind of germs. Like, have they had their hands down their pants recently and didn't wash? Working at a grocery store, I have seen some nasty things, like folks with drippy noses rubbing their noses with their hands and then opening up grape containers or strawberry containers or any fruit container and touching and handling the fruit, sometimes sampling the fruit because they want to know what it tastes like before they buy it. And so, one, when you sample it in store, you don't know what you're ingesting because you haven't cleaned it yet. And two, if you don't wash it when you get home, again, you don't know what you're ingesting because you haven't cleaned it yet. Plus, a lot of times these things will still have dirt on them from the farm. And we just want to get all that washed off. Like, I know these grapes were dusty. Like, when we were in the store, Levi grabbed the package when I wasn't paying attention, and he opened it and he ate a couple. And I noticed when they're in his hand right before he threw them in his mouth, just how dusty they were. So throwing them in here just helps get all of that off, gives them all a good soak, and the vinegar will help disinfect if there's any germs on there. So, and speaking of dirt, I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but this one right in particular, it's pressed up against the plastic and you can kind of see a little bit of a brown rim there. And that's just from dirt, you know, like they're growing in soil. And so it's totally normal, but you still want to wash all that off. And then I just throw these in the recycling. I don't put my fruit back in it. And let's look at what it all looks like. Soaking in here, just gonna let it sit for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and prep some other fruits, chop our watermelon and our lettuce, and then I'll come back to this. So dinner for tonight for Levi, he's got his blue Paw Patrol yogurt that he was insistent he gets, so hopefully he eats it because he has not been eating yogurt lately. Cheese and mayonnaise sandwich, watermelon, broccoli with cheese, and then some chicken Alfredo and a cup of tea. And then our dinner is the same. This is just like a boxed dish. And then we had some broccoli. I just hauled that in my grocery haul. So it went like 5 minutes in the microwave. And then we had some nacho cheese left over, so I just mixed it in to get it used up. So that's gonna be dinner. So husband is home now. Fears of the coronavirus are going crazy, as I'm sure everybody knows. There are schools getting completely shut down. Indianapolis school systems are shut down for a while. I don't know till when. School systems around here are still open, but there was a positive case of coronavirus in my county, and that person works at the local Chrysler plant. And so now they're trying to screen anybody who has been in contact with him, and they're cleaning the factory, so all kind of crazy. As you guys seen earlier, toilet paper pretty much sold out. Glad I got groceries today. There's talks of travel bans happening. I don't know if that's true. I haven't heard anything else on it, but my father-in-law told my husband that he heard that was happening. I hear that President Trump is working on some kind of a census package to pay people if they can't work. So I kind of have a feeling as soon as that goes into play, what do you bet food demonstrations gets nixed, right? Like my job. Thankfully, my husband's job is one that can be done from home. And also, thankfully, I have YouTube, so which is insane, but I actually make enough money on YouTube to pay the bills that I pay with my other job. So, I mean, we'll be okay if that happens. It would suck, but it is what it is. So I've got Levi out here to jump on the trampoline right now. It's like almost 8 o'clock, but he's just a bundle of energy. So, and it just finished raining, and I think it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So trying to give him a chance to play outside for a little bit. So, yeah. We got our chain link fence installed. Yay, I'm so excited. There's the front one, and then here's the back one. Or I guess technically that's the front one. And this is the back one. But, I mean, the way that we come and go, this is kind of like the front of the house. And that's kind of like the back of the house. Because we never use the front of the house. So, yeah, we're we're okay if anything happens. I told my husband I think we need to look into buying a bidet because apparently toilet paper is sold out everywhere. 2020, the year that the United States starts using bidets. So, also I'm worried because people are getting like fresh wipes and Kleenexes and paper towel with the idea of using that to wipe themselves with. But you need to know you cannot flush that down your toilet. I don't care if you're on a private septic system or if you're using city sewage. If you flush that, you will clog the drains, and that's just going to cause problems, and it's going to up the price of sewage bills for everybody. So please don't flush anything other than toilet paper and fecal matter and possibly dead goldfish down the drain. Seriously. That even goes for tampons, pads, anything. Like at my job, you guys know I work at a grocery store. A couple weeks back, the sewer lines were clogged up and they had to go like unclog the sewer lines, and I guess a lot of like feminine hygiene products came up out of the sewage, and then also like hair nets and beard nets because people were just flushing them down the drain. And like if it's not toilet paper, don't put it down the drain. So just your reminder, public service announcement, you're gonna do a lot more damage than good flushing that stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna sit out here and soak up the last little bit of daylight that we have left to let him play, and I guess I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. You guys, it is pouring down rain. It is 9 o'clock at night. There's been some I don't know what you want to call it, like updates as far as coronavirus is concerned. My husband and I have, just as a personal thing, but we've decided to postpone re-upping our gym membership, which sucks, but we feel like it's just a matter of time before they're going to close down the local gym. Currently, to my understanding, all schools statewide are now closing down for a couple weeks. I've got a friend, her name is Blondie Brand. She's got a YouTube channel, I'll link her below. On her Facebook, she posted about how out in Seattle, Washington, schools are getting closed down out there. I guess my husband and I are now taking it a little more seriously, that it's hitting closer to home. So I'm running to Walmart right now without the kids. I want to get 2 more cases of formula. Ira goes through a case a week, so that'll give us a month's supply with the 2 that I just bought. And we're gonna look and see if there's any more toilet paper. And we're also going to just look for any like non-perishables. So like canned beans, rice. I know at Sam's Club today they were completely sold out. Like they have giant bags of rice and they were completely sold out. Canned meats. My husband wants me to get a case of water if they've got any. I'm not that super concerned with water. I mean, honestly, we're not that far from a creek, so like it would suck, but if things got that bad, we could just go fill up our 10-gallon buckets with creek water and go boil it. Like, I'm not overly concerned with water. Plus with how rainy it's been lately, you just stick them out and let them fill up. It's pouring down rain right now. So yeah, I'm gonna head to Walmart and we're gonna do all of that. I thought about concealed carry and bringing my gun with me, but our Walmart now has like the security gate at the front, so I don't know if I could even get in with my gun. It might set the alarms off. I'm not sure if those alarms are more meant for preventing theft or if they're for preventing people with guns. I mean, Indiana is a concealed carry state, and I do have a gun permit, and it's completely illegal for me to carry, so I can't see where they could possibly set that up to prevent people from carrying in the store. But because it is my legal amendment, Second Amendment right, and I've got the permit for it, but people just get crazy pants over this stuff, and so I'm just a little nervous. So I'm going to take my pepper spray inside with me just in case. Pepper spray. So yeah, we're gonna head to the store. Wish me luck. So I finished my grocery shopping, spent $86 on food, and then $40 on formula. So hopefully, including everything I bought earlier today and what we already have at the house, will be enough to get us through. Hopefully we're not buying into the panic, but I mean, Italy is shut down as a whole country, shut down, and people were quarantined in China for like what, a month? In Wuhan at least. So, and it is here, and it's in our town, it's in our city. There's been at least 1 confirmed case that I'm aware of. It's in Indianapolis. There's been confirmed cases there, and things just seem to be developing on this really quickly. So It sucks because as money we really didn't want to be spending on food, but you know, it would suck even more is if we get quarantined and we have to sit around waiting for food rations from the government. I don't have high hopes on that one. So, I guess it's better to have something on hand. It's so weird because if you guys watched my crazy dream video, I can link it below. A couple months ago, I had a dream something similar to this where like everybody got put on lockdown and the government was doing food rations. And like my dream was like a little more wackadoodle than that, but like it seems like things are falling into place with that. So anyways, I was kind of surprised by some of the things that people were buying, like hamburger. I found odd. Like the 5-pound rolls of hamburger was almost completely out. Lunchables were almost sold out. Here I make comments, but like I bought that stuff too. What else? Ice cream. I did not buy ice cream. I don't feel like ice cream falls under a survival need. Neither really does hamburger or Lunchables, but my son loves Lunchables and they're like selling like hotcakes. They've sold so many of them. And then like with the hamburger, like we only have like 2 pounds left in the fridge and they're nearly sold out here. So I figured better to go ahead and get the last roll they had available than to have to like later on buy a 20-pound bag of it or container, whatever. For cheap, easy protein, cheap that we can keep in the pantry, I got 3 cans of chicken. That was a little expensive, so like that's not going to go super far, but it's something. But then pouches of tuna was super cheap. It was like $1 per pouch. So I bought several of those. My husband hates tuna, but I feel like if we get stuck at home for a month and we're running out of food, like he'll eat tuna, you know? Then I got like 3 boxes of rice, 2 boxes of brown rice, and 1 giant box of white rice. I'm not a big fan of white rice, but they had no big boxes of brown rice. And then I got a lot of beans. So if we don't get quarantined and end up having to live off of beans and rice, we're gonna be having a lot of chili in our future this fall. Lots of chili. I got white beans and black beans because my thoughts was, well, black beans is my preferred bean, if you wanted to know that. But I like white chicken chili, which white chicken chili, the white part is white beans. I think it's supposed to be like a white northern bean. All I could find was a white kidney bean, so it should be the same thing. But we'll make some chicken chili this fall if we're not all dead by then. Ramen noodles was almost sold out. Toilet paper was completely gone. Beef jerky at the register was really picked over. Bread, the Great Value brand of bread, was pretty picked over. There was still some left on the very top shelf they had to reach for. I got 2. I wasn't gonna worry with getting bread, but I feel like if we're gonna get locked down in our house for a month, then you know, anything we can have on hand will be good. I would have got more freezer type items because I like doing freezer food better than I like doing canned food. It just tastes fresher. But my husband brought up a good point of like, how bad is this gonna get? Like, what if something happens and the electricity gets shut off and we're all stuck in the houses with no power? Like, who knows where this is gonna end? So we did get, you know, rice, beans, canned corn, canned meats being the tuna and the chicken, a box of ramen. They have like large cases of ramen, like 12 ramen noodles for, I don't know, $3, something like that. Was pretty cheap. Maybe I should have bought more of that. I don't know. I feel like this whole thing, like I'm thinking small scale, like what can get me through for a month? And good Lord, what if we have to go longer than that? I don't know what we're gonna do. So yeah, starting to feel like apocalypse survival skills should be taught in class, like 101, what to buy if the apocalypse is happening. I mean, really being in the store, like it's pretty dead because it's raining really hard. So there wasn't a ton of people, at least by Walmart standards. I mean, there's people, but it wasn't like a ton. So many of the shelves are just like picked over that the whole thing, and just knowing like the reasons that they're picked over, the whole thing just really had me thinking about like every supermarket scene from any apocalypse or zombie movie I've ever watched, except for I didn't have to fight anybody for rice. So, and baby formula, at least the Walmart brand, almost completely sold out. I almost had to get him Sensitive, but then I noticed on the very top shelf, shoved in the back, was 2 cans of, it was like Similac. So he normally does Infamil, but I mean, he goes between the two. So this, I found 2 of these shoved. There was a little bit more than 2. There was like 4 or 5. But they were shoved like way in the very back of the top shelf where most people can't reach. And I'm like, well, today I'm 5, well, good thing I'm 5'7". I don't know why I said today I'm 5'7". Every day I'm 5'7". And staying on my tippy toes, I can reach the formula. Otherwise I'd had to shell out the big bucks for a big thing. I also got Ira some extra baby food because, you know, on the off chance we get stuck in our houses for a month or more, what if we go through all the formula, like we need to have extra baby food on hand. And I'm just glad that like he's 10 months now, and like if something catastrophe type stuff was supposed to happen where like all of civilization shuts down and what's at the supermarket is it, like nothing more, no more shipments coming in kind of a thing, I'm so glad that he's far enough along in age that like he could eat solids, like we could figure it out. It would be not the best option for him to quit formula at 10 months, but like if it had to come to that, like he's old enough, I think he'd be okay. Might have some upset tummies, but I think he'd make it. Which is so horrible to have to sit there and think that about my 10-month-old of like, what if the world ends and I can't get him any more formula? And then I feel bad for other moms who just, I have got friends on Facebook who just had little tiny babies, and it's like, you know, I mean, at least one of them she's able to breastfeed. Like I could never do that. Like the amount that she's pumping, she's like, it's not a lot, but it's something. I'm like, girl, it's more than I ever made. Like I never got much anything from breast pumping. Like I tell my husband, these are for looks. They're not actually like for usage, right? Like this is like the display model. They don't actually function. So, and I couldn't breastfeed either of my kids, but if you guys follow my story, you know that, or at least follow my vlogs. So we're gonna head on home, get this all put away. Hopefully the raining will chill out between now and then. I did get 2 cases of water. They were completely sold out of gallons of water, which is what I would have preferred to buy. The whole thing makes me nervous because like, I mean, I'm not overly worried about water. Like I mentioned earlier, we're close to a creek, but like, you know, convenience wise, what we're used to, you know, I think it would be nice to have gallons on hand. But, you know, I guess lesson learned, and maybe we should have a stockpile. My parents have always had a stockpile. They're probably like sitting at home chilling out, like not worrying about anything at all because they're good. My dad's been My dad has been preparing for the coronavirus since I was probably 18. Like the last 10 years. He's like kind of a prepper. Like you name it, he's got it stockpiled. So, but for my husband and I, we don't. So, I mean, we'll keep a decent amount of stockpile, but our idea is like, okay, what if we have a really bad winter storm and can't get out of the house for 2 days, you know? So we keep enough on hand for like maybe a week or 2 at a time. Try to. So anyways, I have talked your ear off. I'm gonna go home and get all of this put away. Good morning, my lovely friends. I did just get out of the shower. So, get some light in here. So I was just talking with my husband about whether we should pull all the money out of our bank account or not. I know technically that's how like you crash the market, or like it's really bad if an entire population goes and draws all the money out of the bank. It can really mess things up. But like if everybody else goes and draws all the money out of the bank and we have it, and then we're just like sitting ducks with no money. I mean, 1930s, the stock market crashed. Everybody tried to pull money out of the banks, and some people didn't have money, and, you know, enter a Great Depression. So, and at this point, I'm not really afraid of the coronavirus itself or catching it. I mean, I don't want to, but I'm not so much worried about that as I am the hysteria surrounding it. Everybody buying up all the staple products and all the food, and like, what's next once all the supermarkets are closed? Like, once all the food's out of the supermarkets, people are gonna start drawing the money out of the banks. I don't know. I mean, the stock market's already going down. My mom said they lost $5,000 in their stocks. They'd gotten Levi a little stock going portfolio, and he's lost $1,000 out of his. He had $2,000 in his little savings account. Little. $2,000 for a 3-year-old's pretty good. Now, like, places are shutting down. Like, my husband's job is preparing things for people to have to work from home. I was talking with my boss this morning, and she said that the company that we work for, because we're an outsourced company, we don't actually work for the store that we work at. She said that we are currently the only demonstration company still up and running, and that what she gathered from the email, which I don't know how that would play out, is that if they do not have enough product for us to demonstrate, for example, let's say they want us to demonstrate toilet paper, where they're out of toilet paper. That's not happening. They would have us work as a employee of the store we work at. So I don't know what they'd have us doing, stocking shelves, I'm guessing, because it's probably the easiest thing you can get somebody to do, unless they're gonna take the time to train us on like register or something, door greeter. But then like if they do that, it's gonna just like make everybody mad who actually is an employee of the store, because their hours are gonna get cut. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. I've heard that President Trump is supposed to be looking into some kind of a stimulus package so that people can stay home and self-quarantine, or go into lockdown, but still get paid. So I don't know how that's supposed to play out. I think as soon as that gets pushed through, I think a lot of places are going to shut down. I've seen where Amazon's already shut down. They're putting into play like a $24 million package that they've come up with to pay their employees while the employees stay at home for a couple of weeks or a month or something. Like, I don't know how bad this is going to get, but it's all the hysteria around it is really freaking me out. And I guess it's just growing up with grandparents who went through the Great Depression and hearing their stories about having to like sell rags and like trying to sell tires and like climbing local businesses to get bird eggs to like sell them to restaurants and stuff. And like, you know, you're either gonna have the money and it's gonna hurt but not super bad, or you're not gonna have any money at all and you're gonna be like SOL. And of course, you know, we had the Depression back in 2008, 2009. I was just a kid. Like, I was 18, 19 years old, just coming out of high school, didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with my life, couldn't get a better job. Oh my gosh, I applied everywhere, could not find employment other than the restaurant job that I had gotten when I was 16, and I kept it. I couldn't find anywhere else to work, anywhere better with more hours. That was all I could find. And I don't know, like, I'm just kind of like feeling panicky about the whole situation. Like, did we buy enough food? Do I need to go buy a rain barrel? Should I start a garden? I've been thinking about starting a garden for a while, so I might go ahead and go buy some seeds and stuff, because I've kind of been wanting to do that anyways. But like, do I need to get some mason jars? How much are we gonna be roughing it, you know? How far is this gonna go? So my husband is against us drawing all the money out. I think that we should draw the money out. I don't know, it's a toss. I feel like it doesn't hurt anything to just have it at home, right? Like, what's the worst thing that happens? Is that we draw it out and nothing happens from this? Fantastic, we can put the money back in the bank. But if shit really hits the fan, like, it might be good to have what's left from our tax return at home. Like, I don't know how far it'd get us, but like, something's better than nothing, and better than sitting around saying, well, I had X amount in the bank and now I have nothing. You know, wish I would have listened to my wife. So I don't know. He finally got huffy and was like, just do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay then, I think I will. So, and I'm thinking about draining the boys' savings accounts that we have for them, and just, I mean, it's not gonna be much, a few $100s, but something's better than nothing, I guess. But then I also want to go to Menards today. We need another lock for the gates, for our big wooden gate. It's blowing around weird. I think another lock could give it extra support. And then I want to get a gate for, not a gate, a lock for the gate on the front chain link fence, because we don't use that one, so we don't want anybody like coming in and out of there. Excuse me. So Levi is having breakfast right now. He's having donut holes, which I got those off of the close to expiration date table at Walmart, and normally their stuff is still pretty fresh, but those are getting kind of crusty, so I didn't like them, but he's eating them. So and then got him some watermelon and some orange juice, and then Ira has already had a bottle, so I need to go ahead and get dressed and ready for the day, and we'll go from there. But I guess it's looking like I'm going to be at work tomorrow, so I'll work all that I can until they shut us down. I mean, if we're the last demonstration company up and running, how long until it gets shut down? You know, like, I'm surprised it's still going, so we'll see how it all works out, and I'll just take you guys along for the ride. So, hi. I forgot to get locks for the gate, which is the whole reason I went to the store. I ended up going to Rural King instead of Menards. Rural King had some cases of water and some jugs of water, but they were rationed out to 2 per person. I didn't end up picking any up, but they had them. I got some stuff to start a small garden. It's something I always wanted to do anyways, but I figure with everything getting locked down, might not be a bad idea to start growing some of my own food. But it looks like it takes like 50 days for them to mature, so like doesn't do a lot of good right now. Excuse me. So my mom just left. She came over for a little bit to visit. During that time, I got a text from my boss saying that all samples are now being held off on, pushed back, canceled until April 4th. So I'm pretty much out of a job until April 4th. They said that if we want to come in and work for that store, we can. We'll just be cleaning and like folding clothes. But I opted just to stay home because we have enough money that all of our bills are taken care of and we should be okay. A big thank you to you guys because a big chunk of that is YouTube money that I've made. And so this is of course a job that I can do from home and get paid, and so I can stay out of the public, which I think is a good thing. It's just keeping everybody at home, trying to lessen the spread or the possibility of getting the virus. Again, I'm not overly concerned with the idea of getting the virus myself, though I do have asthma, so I feel like if I did get it, it would probably not be a pretty sight for me, because I never handle, everything always goes into a chest infection on me. So probably wouldn't be a great thing if I got it, but yeah, so yeah, I won't be working until April 4th. Be kind of nice to be home with the kids on the weekends with my family. A lot of churches are canceling services. Yeah, you guys are seeing the news. You're seeing what's going on. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I figured it'd be just a matter of time before my job pulled the plug on everybody. So I guess it'll be kind of a test run to see how well we can do with just YouTube. Again, I'm making enough on YouTube to be able to pay the bills. I have to pay the 2 loans that I have. I have a car loan, then I have a property loan. I guess it's a personal loan. I call it a property loan because that's what we use the money for, but it's a personal loan. Yeah, so I'm making enough on YouTube to pay those. It'll just make it tight everywhere else because YouTube was like I was going to my regular job doing food samples on the weekend to pay for those 2 loans, and then YouTube money coming in, which is like extra, like property taxes getting paid, or car loan, not car loan, but like a license plate getting paid, extra things like that, like a nice little cushion. So, which property taxes will be coming due, but hopefully we'll be back to work by then. So I don't know, I guess now that I'm gonna have more time at home with my husband being here, I can sneak away to do more videos, which will be nice. Made leftovers from dinner last night, broccoli with the cheese. Pretty good. I'll be interested to see how the garden works out because I've never had a green thumb in my life. So I'm kind of excited by the idea of it, especially for growing things like zucchini. I love zucchini, but it's so dang expensive. So I can just grow it myself and freeze it. Then we can have zucchini whenever we want. It'll be fantastic. And here lately, frozen bags of broccoli haven't been bad. They've been like $1. But for a while there, they were expensive too. And then asparagus, I love asparagus, but it's so expensive I never buy it. And plus my husband doesn't like it, but I bought some to grow. So if it takes off and grows well, then I'll eat the asparagus myself. But I hate to spend that kind of money on something that like only I'm gonna eat, you know? So now it's just a matter of time of finding out exactly when they're gonna make my husband start working from home. Because I guess this weekend, he's on the IT department and they're supposed to be working the weekend getting things set up for other departments to work from home. And so I'm betting as soon as that's taken care of, they're going to start making the IT department work from home. But that rolls out real soon. So we're just going to have to hang tight and see what comes of it. Hopefully all of you guys are doing okay and you guys were able to stock up and prepare a little bit for this. I know it went from being like a big possibility of things happening to like things are happening, you know? And so, you know, when you hear crazy things starting to happen, it's always like, do you know, take it as like an early warning and start stocking up? Or do you say, oh, people are crazy and not worry with it? And we just got lucky that all this happened on a pay week and we had the extra money to go stock up, because if this happened like next week, I don't know what we'd be doing. I mean, all of our bills would be paid, which would be good, but we wouldn't have had the money to stock up extra food. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting the burps. So, and I know there are people on Facebook and stuff making comments like how they don't have the money to stock up and what are they going to do, and I don't know, I feel for them. And I just hope that we have enough set aside for our family to make it through. So, kind of scary. But I think I'm going to end the vlog here. Go ahead and get it edited for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed following along. And yeah, give it a big thumbs up so other people can find it. Subscribe if you've not already, because I'd love to have you here. And I hope to catch you in my next video.